Today, I want to talk about something that I think is plaguing the storage industry and the marketing. And I think a lot of people are doing this failure without even realizing it. You see, even myself, I recently had a pretty severe failure in one of my marketing campaigns where I was split testing my homepage and I lost 7% conversions in one of my split tests. Now, that sounds horrible, and it is, because yes, I probably lost some people that would have converted to be a tenant. However, I learned something really interesting. I'll go into the details of what I learned in case you're doing it on your website here in just a few minutes. But the split testing revealed something that I thought to be true, but in fact, my customers, my leads said what I believed was not true, and I had to learn that way. Now, see, the storage industry has an issue when it comes to conversion marketing and focusing on conversions, because here's what happens. Tell me if I'm wrong. You switch to a different management company, and what happens? They give you a free website, or maybe they make you pay a little bit for it. But that's typically kind of one of the bribes that most of the management softwares do. Like, hey, if you choose our software, we'll let you get these free websites or templates, or we'll build you a free website. That's all fine and dandy when you're just getting off the ground, but when you're really trying to optimize, guess what happens? People set it and forget it. How many storage websites? Mine was there in the past where we don't do anything with it. We just leave it out there. That's kind of the industry standard, right? And if we do update it, guess what happens? We maybe update the photos. Maybe we change a little bit of colors, the branding, and that's about it. We don't change any of the actual serious metrics that cause people to convert more. We just give it a little facelift or optimize it for SEO. Now, there's nothing wrong with that stuff, but that's minimal. Our focus should always be on what can we do to convert the most amount of people absolutely possible so that we can dominate our marketplace. That should be what we think about. Now, why people don't do that or don't test, and why it gets really dangerous, is think about this. If you sit there, for example, you use the same homepage for a year and you never test anything, well, what happens if you do go to test something, you realize, like I did, like, hey, I was converting way lower than I could have been. How much revenue did you lose? Right? And we're in the business of multiples, right? Because we're a highly leveraged real estate asset. If you're an owner, you know that. So making an extra $2, $3, $4, $20,000 a year is a huge, huge deal when it comes to our NOI, because it's leverage. It's multiplied. It's a multiple game, right? So, it could be a 10 to 14% multiple change on that revenue, which if you're going to refinance or sell, that's huge. I mean, we're talking 6 figures, huge for a lot of people. Maybe 7, maybe you're a baller and you've got some big locations, and it's a 7-figure multiple that would have resulted if you would have been testing sooner. That money is going to go somewhere. One of those clients coming to our storage business is going to go somewhere, whether they choose you or choose your competitors. We got to try to grab those people, right? Okay, I'll stop hounding on that, but you understand the importance of it at this point. So we've got to be split testing. Now, I told you I'd tell you a little bit about how I lost 7% conversions. So I'm always split testing. Everything I do is almost always running a split test. Our homepage, I thought, well, people love to see reviews, right? But I've heard some rumors that actually when you show your Google reviews on your landing page, that it can hurt your conversions. I had them on there before. I've been using that. I removed them, right? Our 5-star Google reviews were on the homepage. That's the only thing I changed. 7% decrease by having those reviews on the homepage, or at least in the position I had them in. I'm gonna do some more testing on that, because I still like the social proof and all that. But where they were, for some reason, or just showing them, hurt my conversions by 7%. Now, I didn't run this test for 2 years or a year or anything like that. It was like 3.5 weeks approximately that I ran this test, saw the data, switched it. Now I'm doing another split test with it. But the point being, I thought, my gut told me, and I'm in the conversion game, my gut was telling me that, hey, social proofs will build belief that we are the best option for them if we show a little bit of social proof. Turns out I was wrong. I would have never learned that had I not been split testing. So that is the important thing. You've got to be split testing, because what if I would have stuck with that for 6 months, a year. Think of how many clients that I would have pushed away into somebody else's business, where now that I know that, I can switch it back. So here's what I want to offer you. If you've never split tested or you've never heard of split testing, you don't know where to start, you don't have any fancy software, you just have a basic website, wherever you're at, I created a really short, it's like 7-page Google Doc that I'd be happy to give you about split testing, a little more in depth than I can go in this video today, how you can do it on a basic side if you don't have any fancy software, and some of the more advanced tests that you can do, like what I was doing, by placing reviews and positions, a little more advanced stuff like headlines and photos and other stuff you'll see in that document. So if you want to learn how you can start split testing, whether you're just basic or you're more advanced in your marketing, whether you have 1 location or 100 locations, I think this would be very valuable to you. Totally free. If you're interested in it, I'll send you the link for the Google Doc. Just comment below and I will reach out to you and get you that document. So finally, just kind of wrapping this up, make sure you're split testing, okay? Because remember, we're in the multiples game, right? Our business is highly leveraged, sale and refinance based on our NOIs. Highly effective changes can happen by just making small little tests. So I encourage you, after today's video, go start testing. I don't care what it is, test one thing. You only test one thing at a time, because if you test more than one, you don't know which one was working. So go test something, get the Google Doc, watch another one of our videos, and hopefully this was useful to you to help you increase your NOI. We'll see you in the next video.